Hey right guys, Trickmonster's Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 18 of Friends Season 6. We're kind of getting towards the end of the season now, I think. Like, what, 7 or... That's still quite a lot. I don't know why this... in my head I'm always like, oh, there's 22 episodes in a season or something, but there's literally 25. That's more than usual as well. So, never mind. We're not actually getting close to the end at all. But yeah, last episode was pretty good. I'd say it's one of the more weaker ones of the season so far, minus the Ross stuff. I think he boosted the episode, making it better than it would have been without him. But the Joey stuff I didn't care too much about, and the Chandler and Monica stuff was decent. It was fine. Nothing that I can barely remember what happened with Chandler and Monica, to be fair. But oh yeah, never mind. A little bit I remember, but Ross definitely held up the last episode. Just when Ross is off the rails, which I guess he did more in the last season, but he still has episodes here and there throughout this season where he completely goes off the rails. That was basically what was happening last time, I mean, it would, but it's also just like, what is going on? Imagine actually being friends with Ross, like, actually. But yeah, anyway, guys, episode 18. If you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe. And if you do want the early and uncut reactions to Friends, then link to the Patreon page will be in the description. And one of the comments down below where there should be, like I say, a few episodes into Season 7 by the time this one's on YouTube. And my Twitter and Instagram will be down below as well if you want to follow me on either of those. But for now, let's do this.
I loved Dr. Geller's class.
I think he's actually
lectures.
teaching.
Dr. Geller, you are definitely the hottie of the paleontology department.
You just match the evaluation to the exam with the same handwriting, and boom, there's your admirer.
Wow, he's Mr. Decipher.
Mistake, and all of a sudden he's Rain Man.
Hey, wait a minute. Why are we so sure that this is a
Who is
girl?
Rain Man? Has a point.
It's a girl.
She has a point.
Anyway, it wouldn't matter, okay? Because I'm a teacher. She's a student.
Oh, is that against the rules?
No, but it is
Yeah,
frowned
tell
upon.
that to
Besides,
James
there's a big
Franco.
age difference. I'm 90, she'll be like 80, and it won't seem like such a big difference.
Joey's going to say
That's
some dumb
not
shit.
what I was going to say at all. What I was going to say is when you're 90, you'll still have the memory of what it was like to be with a 20-year-old.
Ross like, okay.
You know that girl you went to college with who became a movie director?
Chandler's
Oh, yeah,
hair's
Danny
looking
Keystone.
kind
She was in my
of
movement
suave
class.
recently. I'll give him that.
Directing the new Al Pacino movie. You gotta get me an audition.
Oh, I don't know,
Of
man. I haven't
course.
talked to her like
Another Joey attempt at trying to actually get a job.
Thursday. Can you remember Thursday?
yeah. So Tuesday.
Yeah, of course.
The part I want to audition for is a fireman.
Uh,
This is so meant to be.
yes, right. I mean, it's the first time they've had a fire here, to be fair. So that makes sense.
Wow. Looks like you were very generous with your grades this semester.
What? You'll just scribble them out now, like last second.
I wanted to say how much I enjoyed your class.
Oh, thank you.
Looks like,
Thanks very much. Ow.
That
I'm a little
actress
embarrassed
from
about calling
Big
you
Bang
a hottie
Theory.
on my evaluation.
Wasn't a guy then.
Would you maybe want to go out with me sometime?
Ross, go home.
What?
Ross, go home.
You're not my teacher anymore.
What time? So seriously, what time?
Why is his shoulder so buffed out? He looks like a Roblox character.
Hi. No, right.
Didn't she actually date a fireman as well?
Thing there that isn't burned is an axe, which I do not remember buying.
An axe. We got Jack
How's your
Nicholson.
room,
What the
Rach?
fuck?
Everything's ruined.
Do either of you smoke?
No, not usually, but yeah, I could use one right now.
No. Do you like candles?
That was like a Joey
Yes, I
response.
do all the time. I love them.
Chandler, is that...
Charades.
Oh, that's great. Good for you.
Or charades. What? No,
on for 1 second,
lost.
please.
No clue.
What?
When you're off the phone, you want to get a pizza?
Oh, okay. Of course.
Hi, I'm back. yeah, that sounds great. Hey,
He's
we
not
didn't
gonna
get to the
get it.
audition. I'm gonna take her to coffee, and then we'll do it then.
Wow, so now you're going on a date with this girl?
It's not a.
Right, I'm sorry. It's not like you're, going out with an ex-girlfriend.
No, we only went out once.
You should have just kept your mouth shut on that one. Maybe that would have been
Why do I
worse.
just go out with an
no.
ex-boy for 10 years and he asks me for a favor?
Yeah, I've always hated that Howie.
Now, this is last minute, so I want to apologize for the mess, okay?
It's not gonna be messy at all, is it? What the fuck? What is this?
Oh my God.
There's only one problem, though. There's
What
only
the
room for one, so
fuck?
I guess one of you will have to stay at Joey's.
How is there only room for one?
Well,
The
since
bed's
the fire
massive.
was kind of my fault, I guess. Was my fault, so you should get the nice room.
Okay. So, Ray,
Okay, the
you're
bed's
first
not
guest
actually
at
that
Hotel
big. I
Monica.
kind of...
Yeah. You
It
just have to tell me
didn't
how you like your eggs in the
look
morning.
that small.
And I thought I would bring them to you, you know, in bed. Well, you've been through so much.
I have.
Great.
This right here is where I keep the pizza.
Where's the chicken the duck, by
And,
the way?
that's where the napkin is.
What's that smell?
I know.
Probably piss. Phoebe, run. Did the chicken the duck die? Maybe they didn't. They didn't hear it or something.
It's a Smelly Von Brown shirt.
Is this the same class where he pretended to have a British accent
So,
for,
did you have
well, like
anything for
4
me?
apps?
Oh no! Listen, I gotta tell you, I'm having a great time.
You've
You know
walked
how
around
before
the
you said it
same
might be
street you
weird,
always
the
walk
whole
around and have had
student
ice
teacher
cream?
thing, and to be frank, I thought it
To
would
be
be too, but it's
Franco,
not. I mean, it's
James
not
Franco.
at-
Dr. Geller, Bert.
Went in for that handshake as well.
She left a little mint on my pillow.
You know what Joey left on my pillow? What? Gum.
At least it wasn't a pizza, which is mentioned 5 times a set.
Was my candle. My candle.
No, there was an appliance left on in the bathroom. It looks like a curling iron.
I don't use a curling iron.
I was going to call curling iron
Don't look
when
at
they
me,
said,
Ryan,
but then they
straight.
came out with candle dead
Straight,
quick,
straight,
so it beat me
Could have
to
been a
it.
hair straightener.
Oh.
This is where I keep the pizza.
Look at Phoebe
There you
living the
go.
life.
I wouldn't want my best guest to strain her eyes.
Thanks, Monica.
I think the massive light in the living room is doing well enough.
It's for you. It's the fire inspector.
Oh. Hello? Yeah, this
He's
is
going to
Phoebe.
ask Phoebe on a date.
Really?
If he shoots
Yeah,
his...
so
Wow.
it turns out that it wasn't
Never
the
mind.
hair straightener that started the fire. One of the first things they teach you in fire school is,
I love how she knew instantly.
I have to go now.
I shouldn't even say anything. She literally walked in, stared him down, and was like, that's all I need to do.
It is frowned upon, especially by that professor we ran into last night, Judgy Von Holier than Thou.
You launched her into an alleyway where she probably got mugged. I think you're safe.
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
Relax, I just need more
He's
time.
got to go
We're
on
going
like
to dinner
5
tonight.
more.
What?
Yeah.
You're going out with her again?
I don't want to hurt you. Oh, I wish there was something I could do to make you feel better.
No, well, really?
He's found his in.
This actor friend, and he would kill me if he knew that I was doing this.
Of course, yeah. What?
Would it be possible for him to get an audition for your movie, say, on Thursday?
Absolutely.
At least he remembered the day. Don't know how he managed that one.
Well, the heart wants what it wants. I'll see you later.
Left her with the bill. Yep.
No, but not in here. Can't eat them in bed.
What's going on?
No crummies.
Hey, I'll be out in a second.
Okay.
God. Just gonna run and run away.
What are you doing? This doesn't lock, does it?
I think we just realised that.
Oh, that's gonna leave a stain.
Rach, hey, it's fine. You're at Joey's.
Yeah, I don't think a stain is gonna matter to him. I don't know about doing that as like an proving your point
Never
moment,
lived
but
like
Alright, well, don't waste it. I mean, it's still...
that was too far.
Each other, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
I guarantee this doesn't go further than the next 4 minutes.
Bert, Lydia, Mel,
I wish his name was Ernie.
this is Elizabeth, and we're dating. And you may
Said it
frown
with his
upon
chest,
that,
I guess.
But we're not gonna hide it anymore.
You are so fired.
Yes, I knew that was coming before it even
They're going to
entered
fire
his
you. You
mouth.
can't date a student. It's against the rule.
I don't know if you remember, but my audition was supposed to be Thursday.
Yes.
Got me the audition? No, let's hook it up.
Okay, what are you going to do to me if you get...
The little turn around. It's like,
it's better that I stay at Joey's.
No, Phoebe. This
I
was
see what's
my
going on
fault.
here.
Besides, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm fine
wait,
here.
they actually fell in with Joey.
All the ladies want to stay at Joey.
What even is that? Is it like
I don't want to sway
washed
you,
up
please. Come on, I
paper?
can throw wet paper towels here.
Oh, it actually is. Wow.
I know. I really like you too, but we can't date. It's against the rules. It's
I mean, you've
forbidden.
been fired, have you not?
It's really hot.
Really?
Ross, leave the room.
Taboo.
Yeah, is this why people hate Ross? Well, as soon as I said it. So he lost his job. I don't know if he actually lost his job. I'm don't get it.
So,
It's Thursday. How was the audition?
Did he not go? Oh,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
my guy's eating pizza on the day of his audition. They were really hammering in on Joey and his pizza this episode. I just realised, I think they had like 5 pizza gags. I was going to check. How old to buy a gun in Connecticut is the first thing that came up. Why Connecticut? Yep. 18 years of age to buy a gun in America. But 21 to drink booze. What the fuck? Under the Gun Control Act, the GCA, shotguns and rifles and ammunition for shotguns or rifles may be sold only to individuals 18 years of age or older. All firearms other than shotguns and rifles and all ammunition other than ammunition for shotguns and rifles may only be sold to individuals 21 years. How does that make any sense? Alright, see, I didn't even know this. You can buy a shotgun and a rifle if you're 18, but you couldn't buy, like, what? A handgun? Is that right? I'm going off one website here. This could be completely wrong. What? So you can, like, go in and be like, I want all this ammunition for my shotgun, and then they'd be like, okay, but you can't buy, but you can't buy this pint. I don't know. Oh god, that's wild. I don't get how that's actually a thing. Like, in general, but then at that age as well, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that is episode 18, I want to say. 18 of Friends Season 6. Pretty good episode. I'll say it's better than the last one for sure. I think swapping round, Chandler and Monica were kind of the weakest part of this episode, I'd say. Because the weakest part of the last episode was Joey, and then I'd say this one, it was Chandler. I guess Monica more so. Chandler was trying to do the story with Joey, but I guess he's kind of involved in both. But yeah, that was fine. I didn't think Monica was anything. It was more just like, oh, we don't want to live with Monica because we forgot what living with. Even though didn't Rachel live? Well, I know Rachel lived with Monica for how many years, and it was, I say never a problem. Like, they didn't argue all the time, but I guess now she's lived with Phoebe and then saw what living with Joey was like. Now living with Monica was a problem, but that was all good stuff. And like Phoebe or Rachel burning the house down was fine. Ross has lost his job, I'm assuming. I mean, I could be wrong, but they straight up told him, no, you're fired. But then the scene after, he was acting like he hadn't been fired. So I don't know if they're going to follow that up in episode 19 or what. But yeah, that was a fine. So I feel like the more I'm watching this season, like, what was it he said? Was it 3 episodes ago or something, when he was like, oh, not all men or whatever. I was like, yeah, I can see what's... Because I'm getting towards, not towards the end of the show now, but I'm getting like more and more scenes of Ross where I'm like, yeah, I can see why he's at the bottom of the 6 friends as it goes on. But not all... Someone pointed that out on Patreon, actually. I was like, Ross always strikes... Let me see if I can find it. Like, Ross always strikes me as a not all men kind of guy. I was like, yeah, you know what? He kind of does. Here we go. It's so in character for Ross to be a not all men guy that I can't even be annoyed with him for it, to be honest. He kind of makes it funny. Yeah, when that came out of his mouth, I was like, what the fuck? So, Ross's storyline, not really the one this episode, but then again, kind of like the last episode was like one character really held it up. I'd say this episode, Joey kind of held it up with just, I don't know, all the like pizza gags and throwing tissue at the wall, dropping spaghetti and being like, all right, don't waste it. And his little turn as well when he realised Chandler was kind of having him on as well. So Joey, even though he's the weakest of the last episode, I'd say he was the best this episode. So I think like it does a good job of swapping them around, which is good. So yeah, rating, I'll go a 7. I think I gave the last one a high 6, so I'll say this one was slightly better. I'll go a 7.2 out of 10, I think. I've had quite a few, I think for me, because like episodes 15 and 16 I know a lot of people love, but for me I'd say the last really great episode was episode 14. So we've actually had one, 2, 3, 4 now of just kind of like decent episodes, so I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, the next one's kind of a stronger one, because this season's been so, I felt like it kind of started off fine, then it got really good in the middle, and then I feel like kind of recently the last few episodes they've been good, don't get me wrong, they've not like had any really bad episodes, but I've seen Friends on like that level, so when you kind of get some episodes like this that are a bit like, oh, they're fine, it kind of, I guess, stands out a little bit more, especially recently in the like I'd say season 4, 5 and 6 have just been absolute bangers. So some of these episodes recently have been kind of episodes I'd look back at like maybe season 3 or 2, even though they were good seasons as well, so I don't, it doesn't really even matter. I think every season is going to have that kind of bit in the middle, minus I'd say season 5, that's kind of like a little bit slower than the other seasons, but it's still been good stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more episodes to go. But thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments. And if you do want the early and uncut reactions to Friends, then link to the Patreon page will be in the description. And one of the comments down below where there should be a few episodes into season 7 by the time this one's on YouTube. And I will see you next time for episode 19. Until then, take care. Peace.